ריבון העולמים ואדוני האדונים והרחמים והסליחות, עומדים אנחנו לפניך, השם אלוקינו ואלוקי אבותינו בקידה ושתחרר שקרבתנו תורתך לעבודתך עבודת הקודש, נתת לנו חלק בסודות תורתך הקדושה. מה אנו, מה חיינו, אשר עשית עמנו חסד גדול כזה. על כן, אנחנו מפילים תחנוננו לפניך, שתמחול ותסלח לכל חטאותינו ועוונותינו. ואל יהיו עוונותינו מבדילים בינינו לביניך. כן יהי רצון לפניך, אדוני אלוקינו ואלוקי אבותינו, שתכונן את לבבנו ליראתך ולאהבתך, ותקשיב אוזניך לדברינו אלה. ותפתח לבבנו הערל בסודות תורתך, ויהיה למודנו זה נחת רוח לפני כיסא כבודך, כריח ניחוח. ותאציל עלינו אור מקור נשמתנו בכל בחינתנו, ושיתנוצצו ניצוצות עבדיך הקדושים, אשר לאדם גילית דבריך אלה בעולם. זכותם, זכות אבותם, זכות תורתם ותמימותם, קדושתם. יעמוד לנו לבל נחשל בדברים אלו, וזכותם תאיר עלינו במה שאנו לומדים כמאמר נעים זמירות ישראל. גל עיניי והביט הנפלאות בתורתך. כי אדוני ייתן חוכמה מפיו, דעת ותבונה. יהיו לרצון מראה פיו, יגיון לבי, לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. Okay, let's start, guys. It is בשעה טובה, במזל טוב, with a lot of appreciation for Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. We start tonight Tikkunei Zohar. As we understand, whoever studied Tikkunei Zohar, it's promised to them to connect to the power of miracle of the Creator. So whenever there is a part that you may understand, there's a part that you may not understand. It's matter, of course, to understand it, so that's why you listen to it again. But even by being in the room where we study Tikkunei Zohar, it's changing things that seem chaotic in your life into an order. So just to think like this. But before we start, I'm going to read from the Ramak, Rabbi Moshe Cordovero, what he writes about Tikkunei Zohar and why is it so important. He writes like this. I will first translate it into English. וכשעוסק בחיבור זה, when a person studies Tikkunei Zohar, מעוררים כוח נשמות וכוח הצדיקים ההם. Immediately, the righteous people, which is Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, that been awake when the Tikkunei Zohar was written, has been awake with the soul. עם כוח משה רבנו, together with Moses. Moses come to visit to every place that people start to study specifically Tikkunei Zohar. Like Moshe Rabbeinu visit רבי שמעון בר יוחאי. כי עניין החיבור הזה היה להקדים רפואה למכה. The reason that רבי שמעון בר יוחאי wrote this is to prevent מכה, to prevent chaos, to prevent problem. לעזור לישראל בגלות. Because רבי שמעון saw that the exile is coming after the temple was destroyed, so he had to write a book that if they hold it, study it, touch it, kiss it, it will make them strong enough to make it through the exile. על ידי ייחודים ועניינים הניסים בו כדי להגביר כוח הקדושה. When a person read Tikkunei Zohar, those of you can read Hebrew or Aramית, even if you don't understand, automatically the power of the angel, the power of the tzaddikim, and specifically Moses come to help you. וכדי שילמדו הדורות לקח בסתרי תורה, שעומד להם מסע מלך ושרים וידעו לייחד ולעורר רחמים ולנצל משמדות וגזרות. And the Tikkunei Zohar has been designed to save people from חוז ושלום, from bloodshed, from גזרות, from decree, and not to have the wrong people controlling your life. That's what the Ramak opening the importance of Tikkunei Zohar. There is a lot more than that, but I want to jump right into Tikkunei Zohar. So I want to start with that, so we will all have appreciation of what we study, because it's not just the intellectual understanding, it's more like, wow, I'm actually studying Tikkunei Zohar, which Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was in the cave, and I'm going to go into it in a second, to reveal that revelation. So I'm going to go ahead and going to read first Tikkunei Zohar. Those of you who have the Tikkunei Zohar next to you, our Tikkunei Zohar has a special meditation. Just look at that meditation if you don't mind. So this is the meditation that you look at before you study Tikkunei Zohar. This meditation is from Rabbi Isaac Luria, and it's opening your soul, your heart, to connect to the study in the deepest level, okay? So just scan it, look at it. Do not say the words if you know Hebrew, please. Do not say the word, no matter what happened. And now, I'm going to read the first few psukim of Tikkunei Zohar to activate Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, and all the tzaddikim, Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Lazar. I will read it in Aramית. Soon we will read it in English, and then we're going to go into the understanding of Tikkunei Zohar. Rabbi Shimon, אז עלה, ורק למדברה דלוד. והתגנז באחד מערתה, הוא ורבי אלעזר ברה. התרחש, ניסה, נפק להון חלת חרוב, ואחד מעיינה דמיה. אכלו מאור חרוב ושתן מאור מיה. והווה אליהו זכור לטוב, עתה להון בכל יומה תריס בנה ואוליף לון, ולא ידע אינש בהו וכו'. בזוהר החדש, פרשת תבוא, כתוב שם. ודאי יקרא את תיקוני הזוהר. דהינון 70 אנפין לאורייתא, דפריש רבי שמעון בר יוחאי במילת בראשית בסתרי דאורייתא. רבי שמעון אבטח מילין קמי שחילתא, פתח, ואמר, והמשכילים יזהירו כזוהר הרקיע, וגומר. והמשכילים אילין רבי שמעון וחבריה. יזהירו כד התכנסו למעבד אי חיבורה. רשותי תאהב לאון ולאליהו עמון לכל נשמתים תמיטבתן, לנחת בניהו ולכל מלאכיה, בית כסה וברוח שכל. ועילת על כולה, יעברישו לכל שבן קדישין ולכל הוויין, או לכל כינויים, לגעה לו רזין תמירין כל שם בדרגה דילה. ורשותי יאהב לעשר ספירין לגלה לו רזין תמירין, דלי תאהב את יאהב רשו לגלאה, עוד עד דאיתא דרע דבלקה משיכה. כזוהר הרקיע דיהו כליל כל גוון, זוהר תמיר וגניז, זוהר בהיר בשחקים, זוהר זריק ניצוצים, ומביא כברק לעינים, זוהר זעיר חיוור כסיירה, זוהר זעיר סומקה כמאדים, זוהר מבעיק כליל ירוק כחמה, זוהר ירוק ככוכב, זוהר כליל חיוור וסומק, זוהר זעיר לכל עיוור, כמעין דמחה בפטיש וזריק שביבין לכל סיטרה, אחי מען זוהר זערין, כמה נשמתין דינון זערין כולו ברקיע. Okay? So we read first the beginning of the Zohar in Aramaic, and now we're going to move to read it slowly, please, in English, so everybody can hear you. Thank you.
Rabbi Shimon selected a way and escaped to the desert of Lod and hid in a cave, he and his son Rabbi Elazar. A miracle happened. A carob tree grew next to the cave along with a spring of water. They ate from the carob tree and drank from the water. Elijah the prophet of good memory came to them twice a day to teach and study with them. No one knew about them. This is called Tikkunei Zohar. Tikkunei can be understood as correction, establishing a foundation. All are correct. Those Tikkunei Zohar are 70 faces to the Torah that Rabbi Shimon interprets as the Torah's secret of the word Bereshit, the first word of the Torah. Rise up, Rabbi Shimon, and open your words before the presence of the Shekinah. And he opened and said, the people that have the education that are Rabbi Shimon and his friends will shine with light like the splendor of upper heaven. They will shine with that light because they came together for this work of the Zohar and were given the permission together with Elijah the prophet and all the souls in the assembly to come down to them and to all the angels, messengers, in concealment and in ways to reveal the knowledge. The reason for all of this is that the Holy Endless Light gave permission to all the holy names of all levels, including the permutation of the 4 letters name and their related names, to reveal to Rabbi Shimon and his friends the deeper secrets of these names, every name in its level. Also, a permission was given to the 10 Sfirot to reveal their inner secrets, which were not given until the generation of the King Mashiach.
Thank you. So first, we have to have like a lot of appreciation when we read the Tikkunim, because as you understand, the revelation of the Tikkunei Zohar will not happen till the time of the Messiah. So we need to understand what we're holding, what we study. We're not just another study, another little secret. We are actually study a secret of all, the secret of any book that exists in the world is actually within Tikkunei Zohar. So just to first appreciate it, understand it, and connect to it. So let's start. So as Michelle read so beautiful, we understand that Rabbi Shimon was running away to the Midbar, to the desert of Lod. He hiding in a cave, and with his son Rabbi Elazar, they had miracle, carob tree, water, and those of you who have been in that place, that's wonderful. I'm sure that the screen behind me is the screen of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai cave. And Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu the prophet, used to visit them twice a day, and study with them. And nobody even knew that they were there. And it continued, and we call it Tikkunei Zohar, as we explained it in English. And the idea is, what is exactly Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is doing with the word Bereshit and with the Torah, and what is happening here? And why when somebody studies Tikkunei Zohar, it promised them that it will correct them. It promised them that by studying this specific study, it's actually correcting your soul, making your life better. Why that? If you look at the way that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai revealed that, he buried himself till his neck, and that's how the revelation of Tikkunei Zohar happened. For how many years? 13 years actually. 13 years. Why you bury yourself till the neck? Because those of you who understand the Sfirot, from the neck up, it's called Gimel Rishonot, Keter Chokhmah Binah, and the body is down. And Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair came to see him when he came out, and he saw that all his body full with holes. And he say, Oy li shereiticha bekach. So woe to me that I saw you like this. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai answered him, his father-in-law, that's Rabbi Pinchas, Tov li lecha shereitini bekach, kim lo reitini bekach lo ha'iti kach. Good for you that you saw me that way, because if you wouldn't see me that way, I wouldn't reveal what I meant to reveal in this life, which is considered the most important book ever revealed. Why? It's the only book that has only Keter Chokhmah Binah in it. All the other book in the world has Zayin Tachtonot, as what we call from Chesed till Malchut, meaning they are more revealed, more understood. In the Tikkunei Zohar, till maybe 3 years ago, there is a lot of push all over the world by all Kabbalists to start reading Tikkunei Zohar, start scanning it, start touching it, because it's the time right now that through that we can actually end up the galut, end up the exile, end up the problem, and come into what it's written in the Tikkunei Zohar, the end of time when Messiah will come. And he continued. What he did, he took one word from the Torah. Which word from the Torah he took? The first word. What's the first word of the Torah? Bereshit. And he found 70 meaning to one word. 70 meaning to one word, to show us how far we are for even understanding the entire Torah. One word has 70 meaning. Now, he also, through that, brought peace. Because if you're fighting with me about the meaning of something, I'm no longer going to fight with you. Because I'm going to tell you, that's your opinion, and this is my opinion. There is 70 opinion to that opinion, right? I mean, there's 70 opinion on one word. How can I even fight with you that there is actually a different opinion, right? I mean, 70 opinion to one word. So he brought peace this way. Kum Rabbi Shimon, raise Rabbi Shimon, ptach dvarim lifnei השכינה, open your mouth in front of the Shekhinah, in front of the civil aspect of God. Patach v'amar, and Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he took a verse, v'amaskilim yaz'iru kezohar arakia. And the wise, or the educated, or the smart, maskilim, yaz'iru, will shine like the splendor of the sky. And this is what we're going to talk about tonight. V'amaskilim, who is those wise, who is this educated, who is those people and the friend? Rabbi Shimon v'chaverim, Rabbi Shimon and the friend. Yaz'iru, now, if you study Tikkunei Zohar now, that's been part of our soul, have been there. We are not just happen to be here tonight. Coincidence. First time it's been taught in English and you are here. There is some of our spark come from there. The bli נראה, זכות. יזהירו, פירושו כי נשבצו לעשות חיבור זה נתנה להם רשות. What does that mean? That they will shine like the splendor of the sky? Look at the word, ניתנה להם רשות. 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 רשות, it was permitted to them. They get a permission from above, and it was permitted by Eliyahu Navi. Eliyahu is half human, half angel, to fly and teach them. ולכל הנשמות שבישיבה, and all the soul that exists in the yeshiva. In heaven, there is schools. All souls of heaven had to come down and agree that this need to happen. So we are not talking about just another book. We are talking about the book that all the soul in the world has to agree it's time. Well, now, when it was written, in the worst time, 2,000 years ago, in the time that the Roman keep killing every human being, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai go to a place called Lud. It's not Lud, where the airport is. It's actually a place called Peki'in. Peki'in is a Druze village, beautiful place. If you've never been there, you should go visit. Peki'in, the exact city called, it will sound weird, Bet Jan. It's the house of Jan, not Jian, Jan. Okay, it sounds weird, I know. It sounds like Bet Jan, that's how they call it. It's weird, but it's not Jan, so no connection, okay? Bet Jan is Druze, and that's how they call it, house of Jan. So, כל המלאכים So כל הנשמות בישיבה לרד אליהם, וכל המלאכים במכוסה ובדרך שכל. And everything come in a certain path. Now, what does that mean? Now we're going to Rav Brandwein. What I'm reading is from Rabbi Yehuda Tzvi Brandwein. After this, I will jump and read the same thing from the Ramak. So it will take a long time for every verse to make sure we have every angle and aspect of the understanding. פירוש כי כל קומה שלמה מתחלקת עד החזה, שעד החזה הם אורות מכוסים מחוכמה ונקרא את כסיה, ומחזה ולמטה הם אורות מגולים בחוכמה שנקרא אורח שכל. We need to learn new words. First word is called אורח שכל. The path of the brain, of the path of the mind. Or et kasya, meaning cover. Et kasya means something that which is cover. The universe, tell us Tikkunei Zohar, is divided till the chest. The upper part of the chest and the lower part of the chest. Try to imagine, but I don't want you to go to pictures. I want you to go to an understanding of the concept, but not into, so above the chest like this, below, no, it's not a picture. We're using those terms, but there is a meaning to it. So we will tell you the words, but we ask you to remember the meaning of those words, okay? Whatever, כל קומה שלמה מתחלקת עד החזה, שעד החזה הם אורות מכוסים. Something that revealed till the chest, it's called light which is covered. Now what does mean light which is covered? Mean light energy that doesn't come into expression. If the light doesn't come into expression, we call it et kasya, cover. Et kasya, cover. ומחזה ולמטה, from chest and below, הם אורות מגולים. Those are revealed light בחוכמה, שזהו נקרא אורח שכל. We have a name for it, it's called the path of the mind, or the path of the brain. ואומר שכל אלו מדרגות שהתגלו כאן לרבי שמעון והחברים, היו קומתם שלמה בעת כסיה או ברוח שכל. What happened in Tikkunei Zohar, both level was revealed. The et kasya and orach sechel. Both of them were revealed. The above the chest and below the chest. And normally either this or either that. Tikkunei Zohar has everything. Say Rav Brandwein, ואין להקשות. We might ask question, we might have difficulty. על זה. הרי האורות המגולים הם לכאורה יותר חשובים. I'm thinking that whatever is revealed need to be more important. If it's revealed, it's got to be important. והיו צריכים להיות למעלה, והמכוסים למטה. Why don't you make the revealed from the chest up, and the conceal from the chest down? Whatever is above, whatever close to the light, whatever close to the endless, that's it. That's supposed to be the one. אלא זה סוד מה שאנו אומרים בסבירות שבת, בבילין סטימין תגלין פתגמים. Those of you who do on Suda of Shabbat, when you eat on Shabbat on Friday night, usually when you do Atkinu, there is a song called Atkinu. In the Atkinu we say, Bemilin, Stimin, Tegalin, Pitgamin. With the concealed words, you will reveal all the sentences. We're saying a lot of words that's written by the Ari. The Ari wrote that song, but we don't exactly listen to what we say. What does that mean? פירוש, אשר כל האורות המגולים, הם המסובבים ותולדה מהמילים דסטימן. Everything which is revealed is only as effect from something which is concealed. Always remember that. Everything which is revealed is always less than something which is concealed. We always, you have to appear. You go to a business meeting, cover yourself. Who's going to talk to you? Who's going to talk to somebody who's covered? Hey, you go to a meeting, you have to reveal yourself. Now, in our days, how people reveal themselves, they cover themselves with better clothes. That's how they reveal themselves. It's kind of interesting, right? You cover to reveal a certain aspect of yourself, which means the expression of who you are comes by how you cover. You can cover with the house. You can cover with the car. You can cover with the clothing. You can cover with the type of skin. What else out there to cover? Different covers, right? So what is the cover mean and what is the revealed mean? I don't want you to lose me. I don't wear glasses so I don't see your expression. ואין במסופו מה שהסיבה לא נותנת לו. Whatever the effect is, the cause has to have. Whatever the effect is, the cause has to have. Are you with me, everybody? Okay? If you feel you're losing me, just raise your hand so I know which direction it's come from. וברוחניות, כל מה שיש במסופו נמצא תמיד בסיבה שלו. In spirituality, whatever you find in the effect has to be in the cause. Now, let me jump to the other book, explain the same section. I love to show you different aspects. But I will wear my glasses because this is the first lecture of Tikkunei Zohar. Are you okay? Everybody's doing okay? You can follow? Okay, Baruch Hashem. So I continue. And the Ramak wants us to know, לפי שכל כוונת רבי שמעון, the meditation of רבי שמעון was, בגילוי סודות שבספר זה, הייתה לתקן השכינה בעולם עשייה. The purpose when we study it, we are fixing the kingdom, the שכינה, the aspect of מלכות in this world, וגם נקרא תיקוני זוהר לשם שהלומד בו מתאר הגוף והנשמה. It's called Tikkunei Zohar because by study it, you purify the body and you purify the soul. וסגולתו לקרב את קץ הגאולה. And by study it, you end up the chaos, you end up the problem. So every issue that you have in your life, when you're coming here, think about it. Just think. You don't need to ask anymore. Just think, and the Tikkunei Zohar will start fixing it by itself. Just think about it. Whatever you want to fix, think, and let Tikkunei Zohar do the work for you. So you continue. I just want to tell you a different thing before we continue. ושיבתו של רבי שמעון שם היה נמצא גם הראיה מהמנה. When רבי שמעון was doing it, Moses came to visit him. דהיינו נשמת משה, שבא לגלות לו סודות לרבי שמעון. ובזה הודיע כי ספר התיקונים נתחדש ולהתקן בעבור תיקון השכינה. So the תיקונים was Moses complete whatever he didn't put in the Torah, he put in the תיקונים. So just to value it a little bit more. And for that reason, the start say to us Rabbi Moshe Cordovero, it's actually what Moses tell Rabbi Shimon. When we say, והמשכילים יזהירו כזוהר הרקיע, and those wise people will shine like the splendor of the sky, it wasn't Rabbi Shimon talking, it was actually Moshe Rabbeinu who was saying it. And it say, you people will shine like the splendor of the sky. For me, it's very exciting. I mean, I don't know if you're feeling it too. It's so powerful, so powerful. And it say, why do we call it masculine? Why do you call it wise? Because those people who deal with that, those are the people who are going to resurrect in the end of time when there is Tchiyat HaMetim, when there is the resurrection of the dead. יזהירו כזוהר הרקיע, מצדיקי הרבים, and he continue to tell us how important is to really study the תיקונים. So I want to make sure it's clear. ואליהו עם האום שנתן לו רשות להיות עמהם, and Eliyahu had to get the permission to go there. It's not that Eliyahu, if he come, he should feel important. The level was so high that Eliyahu has to ask permission from God, can I go be part of it? And all the neshamot from above, and all, even the malach, matat, those of you who know what I'm talking about, everybody want to be in that time, and they begged the Creator, please give us a body so we can go down to be with Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, just to let you know what we're dealing with. וכל המלאכים שבאו לשם היו נעלמים ולא ראו אותם. All the angels, billions of angels there, but nobody could see them. But they went, this is the Ramak Pirush. Rabbi Moshe Cordovero say, why do we call it Orach Sechel? Why do we call it the path of the brain? Because the way that the angel revealed themselves is through the brain of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. They used the brain of Rabbi Shimon, and when Rabbi Shimon talked, it was actually the angel talking through him. They used his brain to talk. He was so pure that they used his brain to talk. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. והחברה היה והשכילו מעצמם ברזי תורה כאילו לימדו רבותיהם. And through that, the knowledge start to come down. And he continue. And all the Or and Sof, the endless light, because we know before the creation that we know it, everything in our life is finite. Everything is finite. There's no infinite. You have relationship, it's finite. Nothing is forever. Life, not forever. Nothing is forever. It's finite. So can you imagine infinite thing creating finite? The brain cannot grasp it. It's called yesh be'ain, something from nothing. Finite can be created from infinite, impossible. But it's telling us that the Or and Sof Baruch Hu, that finite, infinite light, it was coming with the clothing that, if you remember it, it's good, please remember it. With the clothing, we call that clothing Adam Kadmon. Adam Kadmon. If I translate it into English, it will be primordial man, but it's not really what it means. It means Adam Kadmon, AK. You can remember AK. Not AK-47 or, not. יעיב לרשו לכל שמען קדישין, לרשו לכל שמות הוויה ואהיה. So all the name of God was revealing himself. Now what does that mean, the name of God was revealing himself? What is the name of God? Why there is so many names of God? Yudke Vavke, Ekeye, 72 names, 42 names, so many names to God. Because the names is how that infinite light come into expression. The expression itself, that's a finite. Once you express something, it's a finite. You put it in a box. What is expression? Box. What is no expression? Infinite. Infinite that come into expression, limited. Something which not come into expression, right, is infinite. So the endless, what is endless? Endless. That's all what we know. It has no end, but we don't know more than that about the endless. Once it's come into Yud Kevavke, Tachigametan, or Ekeye, or 72 name of God, this is already limited. It's coming through a limitation only through that. So that infinite revealed itself through the finite that's called the name of God, different type of name of God. For example, name Yud Kevavke has 12 combination, those of you know. Okay? Ekeye, another name of God, or Adonai, has 24 combination. And of course, there is so many other combinations that exist. לגל אורזין פרים ניתן להם רשות לגלות לרבים של חברי הסודות נסתרים. כל שם בדרגה דלה, היינו באותו ספירה שהשם מתייחס אליה. So Rabbi Shimon was able to reveal every level of the infinite through the finite. Now you know what it means when I say above the chest, conceal, below the chest, reveal. Both system, Rabbi Shimon was able to reveal through this book. וזה שנאמר, רבשותה יעיב לעשר ספרים לגלה לנו רזין פרים. האין סוף ברוך הוא נתן רשות להיו ספירות לגלות לו סודות נסתרים, שלא ניתן רשות לגלותם. כי בדורות האחרונים, סמוך ביאת המשיח, הוא שמחה גדולה. In the end of time, some of us suffer and we know about it. Some of us suffer and we don't know about it. Sometimes you get used to the suffering. How do you know if you suffer? And what is the Gemara, the Talmud calls suffering? The Gemara said suffering is when you reach out to your pocket to look for a quarter and you find a dime. That's considered the minimum level of suffering, the minimum. Of course, there is suffering as stages, there's many, many levels of suffering. So it's written here that in the time of the Messiah, as not the time of the Messiah, before the time of the Messiah, it will be simcha gdola. It will be a great happiness. It seems like God is in a bad mood and he will be in a good mood. But of course, that's not what it means. It means that because, as it's written here, כי בדורות האחרונים סמוך לביאת המשיח, just before, the Messiah will come. And again, when we talk about Messiah, we're not just talking about physical person riding on a donkey, because we are talking about revelation of all things that was not clear to you. So if you're going through some tough time right now, and it's not clear to you why you're going through that tough time, you suffer. Not knowing why you're going through something, you suffer. There is a lot of aspect in your life, I'm sure, that it's not fair. Just not fair. Whatever you go through, it's just not fair. Some people it's money, some people it's health, chas v'shalom. Some people it's relationship. Everybody has some conceal, something that conceal from their eyes. They can't see why. So if you will know why, and you will know how to solve it, you will be a very happy person. כי בדורות האחרונים סמוך לביאת המשיח ושמחה גדולה לפני הקדוש ברוך הוא. It will be a great happiness in front of God. Why? כשמתגלים סודות התורה שבסוכם יבוא משיח צדקנו. Only when the revelation of the secret of the Torah is out, there is a chance for the Messiah to come. Why? Is the Messiah concealed now? Yes. Is the Torah as concealment site? Yes. What do we call the concealment part of the Torah? Sitre Torah. We know Kabbalah is divided to two. Ta'amei Torah and Sitre Torah. Ta'amei Torah is the meaning of Kabbalah, the meaning of the Zohar. That's called Ta'amei Torah. It's wonderful. Sitre Torah is a secret. Like what we studied before at 7, 10 lemons of a nation. And what we study now, it's called Sitre Torah. When we study more of that, we give a chance for something which is concealed in the universe also to appear, which is the Messiah. Now you know what we're doing. We're not just studying. We are actually unveil. We are revealing. We're removing the cover, we're removing the shell, and more people will study it, hopefully, with Hashem, more there is a chance for that to happen. That's why this study is super important for people to study. As many as possible. Those of you who get something out of it and take even one verse and teach it to another people, send it to them. Today with the social media is the easiest thing. Say, I study Tikkunei Zohar, that verse today. Okay, that's good enough. You already have a chance to bring the Messiah closer. Doesn't matter who's reading it. You put it out there, one line. Put line. Tikkunei Zohar say this. You already have a chance. So if you have many followers, wow, it's already 20,000 people read it. So the mind changed. Don't worry if they understand it or not. Just by saying that, that already influenced that area where they live. I mean, the universe is affecting in such a negative way that happens so quickly. But it's also worked the other way around. Social media work both ways. It works in negative, it works positive. You know, whatever you put out there, I read Rabbi Shimon say da. Boom, what do you think about it? Like it, hate it, who cares? They've already been affected. You understand? You have infected and affected. You have disease and you have good. For that reason, Tikkunei Zohar, just by them even taking a picture of the words and put it on social media and they even look at it, it's already affecting their soul. Because what Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai did, by burying himself in the ground till Zayin Tachtonot, only the lower 7, is that whoever touch it, whoever look at it, whoever do something with it, things start working automatically. That's how powerful it is. Of course, if you study it, even more. Of course, if you understand it, wow, that's totally taking it to another level. Again, when you look at this Zohar, this is a collection of a lot of Chachamim, a lot of sages that studied. One of them is the most famous Kabbalist of the new time, is the Gaon Vilna, the Vilna Gaon. I don't know if you know the Vilna Gaon. It's come from a city somewhere in Russia, in Lutvak, that's the city. And he known to be a person who wrote 80 books on Kabbalah. And his name is Rabbi Eliyahu Pinchas of Vilna. He wrote many, many books. And he was known and famous for not wasting any second on anything which is not important. So when he writes something here, always take it super seriously. And if the Ramak, Rabbi Moshe Cordovero, who was just before Rabbi Isaac Luria, is there too. Rabbi Eliyahu Davidash, the rabbi from Hebron. We're talking about collection of all of them, writing what they think about each section. And all of them are very careful. They all say, and I would like to say too, whatever I'm teaching you tonight, and if there is some mistake in the words or my choices or how I present things, I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for when we meet in the upper world too, if I did a mistake to guide you in the wrong way while I'm teaching it, because that sometimes happens. So I should apologize before. It might happen. That's why I did the pray before, because teaching that has 1,000 aspects. And Tikkunei Zohar mitchadesh kol laila. Every night, the meaning of Tikkunei Zohar change. Every night. So in heaven, they study it too. So it keeps replacing layers. It's endless layers to understand it. So what we understand tonight, next week is a different study. And so I'm not in that level to know everything that's going on. You know, so you need to know what you're dealing with. You're not dealing with just book. It's a book, yes, but once you get into it, the layers shift and change. You change, the layer change. It's endless meaning to it. Just have endless meaning. That's what they did here. He removed from Chesed to Malchut everything, and he only studied from Keter Chochmah Binah. Keter Chochmah Binah has no end. It's endless and it's infinite. So for that reason, it's infinite understanding. All right. So today, I'm going to first say what the Gaon Vilna said, then we're going to back to the chest, okay? Because I'm taking you away from here, back here, and then go back here. That's what we're doing. And I'm sorry if it's split, but it's a very important way how to study it, because you want to see different aspects. It's almost when you study Talmud, if you ever did, it gives you different commentary. That's what we're doing. All right. פתח רבי שמעון ואמר, והמשכילים יזהירו כזוהר הרקיע. That's the Gaon Vilna now. Rabbi Shimon said that the wise will shine like the splendor of the sky. רצה לומר, אחרי שניתנה רשות לחבר את ספר התיקונים, פתח רבי שמעון לדורש על הפסוק כזוהר הרקיע, שנדרש על החסדים הנקראים אור וזוהר. Tell us the Gaon Vilna that we call the chasadim, the mercy. Those of you who study with me for a long time know that there is two types of light that appear. There's many types of light, but the major one is called Or de Chokhmah and Or de Chasadim. Or de Chokhmah is the essence of the infinite light, and Or de Chasadim is Malbish. Example, if you look at electricity, the copper is basically or the chasadim that bring to expression the or the chumah, which is the electricity. So the electricity is the main thing why we use copper. But without the copper, you cannot move the electricity from one place to another, because electricity is not physical. If you think about it, electricity, is kind of electricity, it's energy. But to pass energy from one place to another, you have to use, it's called molich, you have to use like a physical item to move it from one to another. Also, it's happening in the infinite world. In the infinite world, you need, if you want to move the infinite light, you need something malbish. You need the clothing to pass the light from one place to another. Or if you want a simple explanation, if you want to reveal yourself to the public, you have to get dressed. Why you get dressed? To cover yourself so you can reveal yourself. It's kind of a weird thing. The only way you can reveal yourself is by covering yourself. Paradox. I'll give you another example so you can think about it too. If you want to reveal the full expression of a seed, of an apple, what do? You cover it in the ground. You cover it in the ground, now the seed comes into a full expression. The seed cannot come to a full expression if you don't cover it. Because the next level of everything can only come if you cover it. Talking about us, now that's the last example. And again, use any example you want to understand it. A lot of time we feel that the way to reveal myself is by revealing myself. If you're capable to cover part of yourself, you will reveal the most of yourself. A lot of time, when you teach, part of it is not to reveal everything. It's to think about one thing that you're not going to reveal, but to think about it. That part will stay within the listener for the rest of their life. That's a secret. I'm teaching you now a secret. Let's say if you're going to do pitch or presentation, revealed, let's say 80%, but 20% keep in your mind, in your heart. The people will live with the 20% that you didn't reveal. Because the 80% was just the carrier, that's a word, carrier for the 20%. Those are just words, an expression. But it's the cover, whatever you cover, the etkasya, that's the main thing. I know it doesn't make sense to you because we live in a physical world, and a physical world is all about revealing something. I want to reveal. Everyone want to reveal. Everyone will be appreciated. We're all looking for approval. What are we looking for approval for? For what we revealed. Nobody wants approval for what is covered. So the problem that people going in their life is usually the cover part, because they don't see. But within that, that's a secret. And he continue, הגאון מווילנה. So he'd say, הנמצאים ביסוד התבונה מתלבש בדעת זה רמפין, he give many name, דיוק כללי לכל גוון, כי החסדים, כל אחד ואחד הוא גוון והנהגה בפני עצמו. זה חסד לחסד, זה חסד לגבורה כיוצא. If you know the ספירות, every ספירה is revealing itself. Now what is the word ספירה? ספירה comes from the word sapphire. Sapphire, like a beautiful stone. I think it's blue. When it's shining in different light, right? But there's also sphira comes from the word sfar. Sfar in Hebrew means border. So how do you want to create a border for the light? So the way the sphira revealed and expressed the endless light in a finite way. אבל הדעת שבו כל החסדים כולל כל הגוונים, ואחר שעובדים כל החסדים ביסוד זה רמפין. It's a little bit complicated name. Those of you not familiar with that name. The sphira of that, you need to remember that it's nothing to do with study, it's just memory, it's just a language. That is divided to 5 chasadim. There is 5 chasadim in that. For that reason, the ego, Pharaoh, always want to attack the dat. For that reason, on Passover, we put the neck, burning neck, on a plate. Why are you putting a burning neck? Because that's the neck, that's the dat. The dat holding the neck. Where is Pharaoh try to attack? The neck. What is Pharaoh in a reverse word? Oref. Oref means the back of the neck. So in that is the bridge between what? The upper 3 sfirot and lower 7. That's why the ego and everything want to capture in the dat. What is ga'ava? Ge'evav K. If you know the name of God, Tachigam, Yud K Vav K. Vav K is connected to the lower 7. Yud K is connected to the upper 3. Yud K, Yud, right? Yud, the kotzor shel Yud, Yud ve'ez, Chokhmah Binah. The tip of the Yud is Keter. Vav is the 6 Sefirot, and A is Malchut. So what is the Klippa want to do? Ga'ava, Ge'e Vavkei. The Klippa want the Vavkei to be the boss. That's what the Klippa want. For that reason, when somebody has ego, already is caught by the Klippa. Gone. It's not that he's rude. Not rude to have ego. That's not the problem. Many people, I see that in spiritual or in religion, people judge somebody for have ego. That's not the problem of the ego. The ego is not about manners. If you judge somebody to have ego because he has no manners, you don't have manners for doing that. You have ego. But the ego is the Klippa is using you to go to that, and from that to go up to Keter Chuma Bina, the bridge. And for that reason, Pharaoh said, who is God that I will listen to him? When Pharaoh said, because Pharaoh didn't know God, he know God only from the back of the neck. And if you say, Mi Elokim, Asher Eshma B'Kolo, who is God I will listen to him? Mi is the last 2 letters of the word Elokim, right? Elokim. It ends up with im. So mi is mem yud, going backward. You see that or no? Mi elo, you see? So if, next time I should have a board. Aleph, lamed, a, yud, mem. If you go backward, what do you get? Mi. Mi, u. Mi mean u, W-H-O. But it's also the back side of Elokim, because it was the back of the neck. So I don't know Elokim, I know only the back. For me, Elokim, going this way. You understand? There's a lot of secret, but I don't want to blow your mind tonight, because it's the beginning. I want you to come back eventually. Otherwise, I have to do it in front of the camera alone. So the dat is a chasadim, okay? A gvurot as well. משם עולים מתפשטים מגדלים כל גופת דזר אנפין עד הכתר. זוהר תמיר וגניז. So now he's giving different name to the Zohar, and for that we have to go to Rav Brandwein again. All right. Going back to where we stopped with Rav Brandwein, remember, et Kassia ve'et Galia. So, Rav Brandwein. So we understand that there is, from the chest up. What is the chest up? Maybe it test you. Is it Galia or et Kassia? What is below the chest? What do we call it? Orach Sechel, the part of the brain. With the Gra, look at the part of the brain as the angels talking to the brain of Rabbi Shimon. So don't get confused. There is many explanation. Just Rav Brandwein put it in a certain way because Rav Ashlag never get a chance to do it. And Rav Brandwein died in the middle of trying to put it into the Sulam. And a lot of people are trying that. The complete one is actually in Matok Midvash, which is sweet than honey. That's the name of the commentary. And somebody by the name of Daniel Prish did it. And people were shocked when he took all these years to do it. There is work being done right now to do it all in English. It's coming soon. I'm super excited about it, super excited. And super excited to do this study as well, because it's never been real study before. And hopefully in the middle of it, it will stop, but not because somebody Chas v'Shalom gets sick or die. It will stop because the Messiah will come, hey, you did a good job, no more chaos. That's what we want to help that happen. So now he will explain to us names again. Remember, names are important. It's written like this. בעניין התחלקות אבא ואימא וישראל סבא ותבונה. I'm giving you more names now, so don't lose me. Please don't lose me. Follow this study for the rest of your life. We need to understand the difference between Abba ve'ima, father and mother. I'm not talking about your father and mother. I'm talking about different levels of understanding. Ve'Israel Saba u'Tvuna. Israel Saba is one level, and Tvuna is another level. Guys, it's only name, so don't get confused. You need to know the meaning of the name, and that's what we're doing now. אשר אבא ואימא הם אורות מכוסים, וישראל סבא ותבונה הם אורות מגולים. When we say Abba ve'ima, we are talking about et kassia. We're talking about unrevealed light. It's covered from the chest up. When we talk about Israel Saba u'Tvuna, it's 2 levels, by the way. Israel Saba and Tvuna. You have to remember, it's 2 names. Like there's Abba and Ima. On the revealed one, there is Israel Saba and then Tvuna. Somebody got to help me with the name to write it on a board next time. Maybe we should get a big board. I don't know where to put it, but we have to write those things so it will stay with you. Once you write it, it will stay with you. So Israel Saba v'Tvuna michazeh lemata de arich anpin. We just studied today about arich anpin. So, whatever we say, Israel Saba Utvuna, we are talking about something which is below the chest. Okay? Don't lose yourself when you study it because of the name. Don't go there. Don't say, oh my God, I cannot remember the name, so how can I understand it? You are studying new words. Those are new words. This is understanding of the new words and the new words. When you study Kabbalah or Tikkunei Zohar, there's two things: memorize and understanding. Two levels of study. Memory is memory of words. Understanding is practicing it again. Listen to this tape again and again for the rest of your life. 7, 8 times, non-stop. You drive, listen to it. Don't ever stop. Listen to it. It goes like this. והעילה לכל, היינו אין סוף. נתן רשות לכל השמות הקדושים בכלל, לכל שמות הוויות, לכל השמות הכינויים, לגלות להם שדות נסתרים. Like we say before, the אין סוף permitted, give a permission for all the name, for all the avayot, for all the tetragrammatons, for all the ekayeh, for all the Adonai, for all the 72 names, to reveal the secret. כל שם במדרגה שלו. Every name in the name level. ונתן רשות ל10 הספירות, and give permission for the 10 ספירות to reveal those secrets, אשר לא ניתנה רשות לגלות אותם סודות, עד שיבוא דורו של המשיח. And those secrets cannot be revealed till the time of the Messiah. Now, כזוהר הרקיע. Let's understand the word like a splendor of the sky. Or rakia might be translated different than sky. What is the firmament? What do you say? Firmament. יזהירו כזוהר הרקיע שהוא כולל כל הצבעים. What does that mean? That it will shine like the firmament, it will shine like so beautiful. It's not never physical. But it says it includes all the color. Zohar, Satur, Veganuz. Now he's saying different words of Zohar. You have to listen to all of them. Zohar, Satur, Veganuz. One Zohar, by the way, Zohar means shining. Okay? Zohar, Satur, Veganuz. One shining which is concealed and secretly. Zohar, Ba'ir, Vashchakim. Zohar that shine in heaven. Zohar, Zorek, Nitzotzot. One Zohar that throw spark. ומבעיק כברק לעיניים, and shine so beautiful to the eyes. זוהר המזהיר בצבע לבן כלבנה, one splendor, one shining that shine like the moon. זוהר המזהיר בצבע אדום כמאדים, one shining that shine like the red of Mars. זוהר המבעיק בהערה כלולה שהיא ירוקה כחמה, shining that shine like the sun, which is green. Zohar, and of course you ask, is the sun green? But of course, once you study about the Sfirot, you understand what it means. Zohar yarok k'kochav, shining, which is green like the star, or kochav also means Mercury. Zohar kolen lavan ve'adom, shining, which include white and red. That, I know it sounds like physical, but it's not. Zohar המזהיר לכל צד, Zohar that shine to every side, כמי שמכה בפטיש, like somebody who hit with a hammer, וזורק שביבי אור לכל צד, and when you hit with a hammer on a metal, those of you ever work with your head, you know there's spark flying everywhere. ביאור הדברים. So far it was the Zohar, now let's see what the meaning of it. הזוהר בא להורות לנו, כאן בהקדמה מקורם של כל הגילויים. We need to understand all the revelation. So every time we say Zohar is a different type of revelation. אשר בא לבאר את תורתנו הקדושה. עד אחד מגיעים. ובזה יתבאר גם כן שם קריאת הספר ושם ספר הזוהר. Now you understand and you will understand, say to us Rav Brandwein and the Zohar, why do we call it the book of the Zohar? Why we call it the book of the splendor? Because within the book of the splendor, within the book of the Zohar, there is different revelation of all type of Zohar. ולא בשם ספר האור. Why do we don't call it the book of light? We should call it the ספר האור. It doesn't call ספר האור, it's called ספר הזוהר. ספר הזוהר. It's called the book of the splendor. וכל זה נדע על ידי פירוש הכתוב. And now we will understand it, say to us רב ברנדווין. והמשכילים יזהירו כזוהר הרקיע, אשר זוהר הרקיע פירושו הארת גר, המתגלה על השיתוף למידת הרחמים ומידת דין. What does that mean? That the splendor of the firmament will be revealing itself. It means that it will reveal the gar. You have to learn to use the word gar. Gar means gimel rishonot, or keter chokhmah bina. You can either call it a gar, or the first three, or the upper three, or Keter Chokmah Binah. Different name to the same thing. Okay? Gar. The reason we call it Gar, because it's initial for Gimel Rishonot. Gar, Gimel Rishonot, the first three. So it say, what does that mean? Shituf Midat HaRachamim b'Midat Adin. There is a complete include of the merciful attribute with the judgment attribute. Need to understand it. מה שאמרו חז"ל, בתחילה עלה במחשבה לברוא את העולם במידת הדין. In the beginning, tell us the sages, that God want to create the world with the attribute of judgment, שהכוונה היא על מלכות דקטר דאדם קדמון, which is a code, you don't have to remember that part, is the malchut of Keter, the malchut of Keter, of Adam Kadmon, you don't have to remember, of the primordial man, שבזיווגה יצאו פרצופי אדם קדמון, that from everything that happened in Adam Kadmon is split. So you almost open it, and every one of them can open too. So it's endless things happening in Adam Kadmon, in primordial man, שהיא בחינת מידת הדין, ראה שאין העולם מתקיים, הקדים מידת הרחמים שתפעל למידת הדין. The Talmud is teaching us that in the beginning God wanted to create the world only with the attribute of judgment. And when he saw that it cannot exist, he created b'midat harachamim. Now, it doesn't make sense. I mean, you want to tell me God changed his mind? It's a joke. So it cannot be that meaning. We need to understand the deeper meaning of it. God did not just wake up in the morning and said, let me think. I think I'm going to create the world. How? Judgment attribute. You know what? God is not Gemini. He doesn't change his mind. So there is a meaning to it. There is a secret meaning to it. All right? ראה שאין קיום לעולמות אלא מידת הדין, שהיא מלכות למידת הרחמים. What God did, how he created the world, he took the malchut, which is judgment, and he elevated the malchut to the mercy level. What is mercy? Binah. Binah. So when malchut go up to binah, it's called rachamim. Mercy. When you want to change your life, you want to change yourself, you do tshuva on Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, what exactly are you doing? You did something wrong. You want to tell me just by going Rosh Hashanah and eat shofar and eat some apple with honey, everything is going to go away? You did it. You did bad thing. You can't change it. Chatanu, you eat your heart, shofar, you take some horn from an animal, some apple with honey, 48 hours, did it. What is that? That's technology. You have to understand technology. What does that mean when you did something wrong? When you did something wrong, cause and effect. Now, between cause and effect, you plant the seed, you're going to have an apple. You did something bad, you're going to have the wrong apple. Now, what does that mean? That you have an opportunity to change it, to do tshuva. Mazeh, what is that? You know, you go to every synagogue, say, do tshuva, everything's going to go. But what does that mean? It means that you take that action you did, you elevate it to a place called Bina, B-I-N-A, before there is time existent. And what happened in Bina? Bina has no judgment. Judgment not exist in Bina. It does not exist. So when you elevate judgment, which is in a way illusion, I mean, it's very, very difficult to explain it, to express it, and to even understand it. So don't blame yourself if you don't understand what I'm saying. It's usually the teacher's fault if the student don't understand, not the student's fault. You have to understand. Every time you don't understand something that I say, and it seems like it's for me, it's easy, it's because I don't explain it right. It's not because you don't understand it right. Never judge yourself when it comes to Tikkunei Zohar that you don't understand me. It's I'm not explaining it correct enough for you to understand, okay? So if one of you losing me, it's because I'm not explaining it yet in the best way. So again, let me explain it again. If you look at the big picture of the universe, every bad thing you did, is it part of the universe? It is. It is. Let me put the glass. You say no, it is. There's no, because it exists. If it were not part, how did you do it? You think you can create something bad? You are God now? You think you can create bad? It's a joke. You can create bad. You really? So the creator moved and said, I'm not saying it. What is bad? We need to define bad. What is bad? Either something come before the time, you shouldn't do it now, you kill somebody, chas v'shalom. Is that person supposed to die? Of course. You're not supposed to kill him, but that's the person supposed to die in the same second, you killed him. You stole money from somebody. Is that person supposed to lose that money? Of course. But you're not supposed to steal it. Everything that come in life, everything come into life, you're not creating it. You can prevent yourself from doing bad thing or initiate yourself to do good thing, right? But it's very confusing because when you become like spiritual or religious, you think actually that you are God. You're actually me. I just did a bad thing. You did a bad thing. It's almost like the Muppet Show. What is the frog? Kermit said, "I said something smart." I said, "Smart. Look at this. That's it. What do you think?" It's like the brush of Leonardo da Vinci. Say, nice picture, huh? The brush start talking. We're a fork. We're a knife. We're instrument. Instrument. Recognize that you're an instrument. That by itself already you're doing well. Recognize that you're an instrument. You're already doing perfect. Perfect. Not recognize your instrument. It means separate yourself from the infinite. And you think, oh, I did bad. I did good. Did bad is ego too. What do you think? It's not ego. I did bad. How dare you say I did? You did bad. You were used to do bad. They took you to do a bad thing. You have to beg the Creator every day, please. What do you say in the tefillah? Look at your siddur. Atzileni meshachen ra, yetzer ra. That's what we say every morning. I'm begging you, God, please, can you use me for something good? Yeah, I'm here. You use me. You use me. I'm really would be appreciated to do a good picture. Don't use me for bad picture. I'm here. But the universe, if you look at it, the circle of life, right? Those of you who follow Lion King, you know, the circle of life. So if you see a lion attack zebra, you know those, sometimes you have those video online that you see this poor zebra, 8 lion, I'm upset about it. But there's a cycle of life. We get angry because right for wrong for us is not what right and wrong is. There's no right or wrong. In the upper universe, you think there is right or wrong? Right or wrong never come to expression in the endless world. It don't exist. It don't exist good and bad. Good and bad came after the snake introduced us to good and bad, to the tree of knowledge that's called tree of knowledge, good and bad. Etz hada'at tov ve'ra. But before that, it was no good and bad. No good and bad. It was nothing. It was no black and white. It was all the same. Sour, sweet, bitter, all the same. So it's written that God wanted to create everything. ממידת הדין. ראה שאין העולם מתקיים. The world cannot be exist. הקדים מידת הרחמים ושיתפה למידת הדין. He took the mercy and combined it with the judgment. For us it means that he elevate malchut to bina. elevate malchut to bina. אשר על ידי התחברותן של בית הנקודות יחד נעשה תיקון הפרסה. And we call that combination תיקון הפרסה. פרסה means horseshoe. Horseshoe. The reason we call it horseshoe, because if you look at it, if Binah is here, so it's going up to Binah and come down differently. Okay, so horseshoe. Okay, horseshoe. For that, where do you have horseshoe in your body? Here, right? Above the diaphragm. What is the organ above? The organ above are not dealing with physicality. What is the organ below dealing with? Only physicality. Physical organ and non-physical organ. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Okay? Less physical. Maybe I should call it less physical. So your body also has the parsa, the horseshoe. Okay? I don't know where Sfaradim came up with the idea that to put horseshoe in your door, bring you mazal. Don't know where it's come from. Don't know where it's come from. I mean, the only thing I know from my grandfather was Kabbalist, the one that helped really in the front of the door is to take seed from a carob tree. That's what my grandfather used to teach me. I don't do it. Just by talking about it, I remember what he used to tell me. So you take seed from carob and you put them together in a string and put it in front of your door, and it's against all kind of thing which you don't want to visit you. So it say, הפרסה נקרא רקיע מבדיל בין מים עליונים למים תחתונים. So when it's written in Bereshit and Genesis, and God put something to divide from the upper water to the lower water, please read Genesis tonight. When it say, and בראשית ברא אלוקים את השמיים ואת הארץ, God created heaven and earth, והשמיים היו, you know the old verses, and הפריד בין מים למים. God separate between water to water, upper water and lower water. הפרסה שבגבי מאוד דברנה שמבדילה בין עברי החיות, שהם הריאה והלב. So it's the same, like and I'm sorry for Brabant, he say it, I should wait for him to say it, and I say it before, and I shouldn't say it, I should wait, it's actually there. So, עברי החיות שהם הריאה והלב, the lungs and the heart, ובין המעיים שהם עברי המזון. You see it in your own body, that the body is divided to the lungs and the heart above, ועברי המזון and the food is under that. בלחסונה מהחזה נגד הטבור. ופרצוף זו נעשתה בפרצוף שני דסג דאק, and this is happening in פרצוף. פרצוף is mean מכלול, eternity, what do you call it? Huh? Entirety, פרצוף mean entirety, הנקרא נקודות דסג עולם הנקודים. Debbie want me to stop and I think she's right. So just get the idea, and you will have to struggle with that. The point of how can that be that everything that happened meant to happen? So where is your free will? It's a very difficult question that the Rambam, Maimonides, is asking Moreh Nevuchim, if actually there is a free will. And in the end of the book of Moreh Nevuchim, he writes that there is and there isn't. From the light point of view, there isn't. From our point of view, there is a feeling like there is. So it's a concept that it's not easy to swallow, the concept of midat adin v'midat harachamim. But I want to leave you with that in Binah, in the level of Binah, there is no time. When you do tshuva, the only thing you're getting is time. The difference between judgment is no time, and mercy, there is time. So what is time? Is time exist? No, time really don't exist in the endless. Time not exists in Binah. But it gives you a chance almost to get out of the bubble, fix whatever you need to fix, and then bring it back to the system. So it's almost, try to think about electric, what do you call those green thing that is electric tablet, or what do you call it? When it's part of the computer, you take the whole green thing, what do you call it?
The motherboard?
What?
Called a motherboard.
Mother? Seriously, that's a name? The green that you put all kind of thing with it, and you melt thing, motherboard? Wow, I love it even more. Binah, this is unbelievable. I love it. Now I'm really happy about it. So motherboard, why did I even want to mention the motherboard? Okay, if something is go wrong, you take it out, you fix it, and then you bring it back to the motherboard, and then it works. If you try to fix it on the motherboard, while the electricity is working, it will explode in your face. So the idea is to go to Binah, fix whatever they fix, and then bring it back to Malchut. So now you understand how the system works. So it's not just you do tshuva, and what we study here is not a joke. Most rabbis wouldn't understand it. It's not that rabbis are bad, they never studied. If they studied, they will understand it. Then they know why Rosh Hashanah, why Yom Kippur, why Pesach. Because once you understand it, say, oh my God, I'm going to Binah. Every holiday you go to Binah. Every holiday. You go to Binah, you're changing judgment into mercy. That's how powerful it is. So whatever is not working in your life, is judgment. So you bring it back to the mercy, fix it, and bring it back to judgment. So every time that you're getting into a place that you think you did something wrong, let's say you stole $20,000. You stole $20,000. That $20,000 you stole, what is it? It's not the money. It's not the cash. It's not the green paper. It's a concept. It's an energy. It's an energy that's supposed to be in A, and now it's in B. So you move energy that's supposed to be in A into B. So what happened? You have the paper. You have the vessel what contain that money. But the money is not supposed to move into that area. Not supposed to express itself in this area. So what do we need to do? We need to bring not the money back. You need to bring the energy too. For that reason, you have to go to places which is not physical, which is Binah, and then you change it. Guys, I'm sorry if I blow your mind a little bit, but that's the beginning. It's normally like this. Thank you very much, people at home, and thank you for coming. Thank you.